going on, guys? JPS back for another video, and today we're going to be reacting to why the European siren is scientifically proven to be better. Now, I remember my first time hearing that European siren was when I was in Berlin 2 summers ago. And Berlin, obviously enormous city, you're going to be hearing that siren a lot. There's a lot of emergencies and things going on. So I just always remember hearing it on the streets. That I'm not going to try and imitate the sound because I'm not a good sound imitator, but it's a very distinct sound, and I think that sound is something that really stuck with me, and that's part of my nostalgia triggering. Whenever I hear that sound, just a flood of memories come up, and it's really one of the first things I heard when I first landed in Germany. So yeah, I always wondered, why is this so much different compared to the United States sounding siren? It really is completely different noise. So let's get right into this.
This video was made possible by Hover. Get 10% off your custom domain or email address by going to hover.com/HAI. If you've ever been in New York City, you've probably heard this sound. Or wait, sorry, wrong one. I meant to play this. In New York City, the wailing siren is part of the symphony of the streets. It's an icon of the city, but like many of New York's icons, Times Square, the subway system, and Rudy Giuliani, it sucks. But it doesn't have to. This is a European siren. If you've ever been to Europe...
You see what I'm saying? Like, that is a huge... It's not just New York City siren either. That's the American siren. I feel like everywhere I've been, it sounds like that. But that's just so different. It's crazy. I really want to know what makes the European one better.
If you've ever been to Europe, and especially anywhere near Birmingham, you'll recognize this sound, which is called the high-low siren, immediately. New York and other places in America are reportedly considering switching to the European siren, and this video is my manifesto as to why they should. Because while all sirens are unpleasant and interrupt and make me doom scroll Twitter for 30 seconds while recording audio, European sirens can be scientifically proven to suck less than New York and the rest of America's sirens. To understand why, you first have to understand a bit about sound waves. This is a sound wave. You can call him Wavy, although technically his full name is Waverton B. Dorado, here to the cool range fortune, but we'll stick with Wavy for now. This part of Wavy, his height, which you can call amplitude if you want to be fancy about it, determines how loud he is, which is measured in decibels. Both the New York and the European siren hit the same decibel level, 118, which by the way is more than the human ear should hear because our ears start taking on damage at about 80. The sirens will exceed it because, it's an ambulance. They don't have time to worry about your health or safety. So the New York and European sirens are equally as loud, but the difference comes here, in their frequency, which we usually call pitch, mainly because Frequency Perfect 3 is a terrible movie title. We traditionally measure pitch in hertz in honor of the world's third most mediocre car rental company, and the higher a frequency, the higher the pitch and hertz level. Here, I'll show you. As Wavy's frequency increases, you'll hear the pitch go up. And this is the key difference between the New York siren and the European siren. The New York whale siren is traditionally between 600 and 1200 Hz, while the European high-low siren moves between 450 and 600 Hz, meaning the European siren's highest pitch is only half the highest pitch of the New York siren. That's what makes it so much better. People generally perceive high-pitched sounds to be piercing and unpleasant. Think of a baby crying, or a mosquito buzzing, or Ariana Grande singing. So because the European siren is lower, most people find it less annoying. In addition, by alternating clearly and distinctly between the 600 Hz pitch and the lower 450 Hz pitch, the siren offers listeners a clear respite from the siren's highest pitch, while the New York siren's pitch change is continuous, so you never feel like you get a break. Now, you probably have 3 questions. First...
That is true. One thing I will say though, I guess maybe this is just my experience because I wasn't used to hearing the siren, but when I heard the high-low or European siren sound, it was extremely distracting. But I think that's more because I've never heard it before, so I was just focusing on it so much. Every time I heard it, I was like, what? But that's definitely just a me thing. But yeah, it is true. Like that second part of it, it does give you a break. Whereas the United States is just like, and it is a no, bro. If I'm standing like on a sidewalk and I hear an ambulance like coming right by me, just I'd be like, oh. Imagine complaining about that though. Someone's probably dying. And also, I love how I said I wouldn't imitate the sound, and I literally just did. What a clown.
If I rage comment something on this. Now, you probably have 3 questions. First, if I rage comment something on this, will it boost the video's algorithmic performance? Second, are all people who eat cereal inherently evil? And third, considering it's less annoying, is the European siren less effective? Well, the answers are yes, yes, and no. It turns out that European sirens are actually more effective than New York sirens, mainly because lower frequency pitches move further than higher frequency pitches. I guess that explains why I never get responses to my daily pitch emails to Netflix for a reality show about a towel factory, but to understand why lower frequency pitches move further, you first need to know that sound waves have to move through a medium. Given that the Long Island medium is normally busy with her TV show, sound most frequently has to travel through air. As sound waves travel, they're vibrating the particles in the air to transfer the sound, or energy, and because low frequency waves are, less frequent, they transfer less energy to the air particles than high frequency waves, thus running out of energy less quickly, and thus moving further. This principle extends to sirens, according to a study conducted in 2013 by a group of scientists who were definitely totally not wasting their engineering PhDs by studying the wee-woo machines. They found that a 40-year-old with average hearing could detect the New York whale siren at a maximum of 249 feet or 76 meters, and a 60-year-old could detect it at 125 feet or 38 meters. For the European two-tone siren, those numbers were nearly doubled. The 40-year-old could detect it at 508 feet or 155 meters, and the 60-year-old at 206 feet or 63 meters.
So why do we not have this siren then? Because is that not the entire point of a siren? To alert as many people as possible within the radius of the moving emergency vehicle? Like, what? How do we not do this study before implementing the siren in our entire country? Hold on, bro. Let's keep watching.
So, in the end, when it comes to sirens, it turns out that the European way is just better than the New York way. However, the good news for New Yorkers is that, with the small exception of healthcare, infrastructure, social safety nets, paid family leave, criminal justice, rock and roll, silly hats, bread, cheese, football chants, life expectancy, singing competitions, and a medium-sized grouping of other things, America does absolutely everything else better than Europe. If you wanted to convince New York to change its terrible sirens, you might want to start a campaign to convince the city council, and the best place to start would be a website. Maybe something like stopthesirens or iwillstoppayingmytaxes.com, or makeitquiet.or wewill riot.com. The perfect place to buy that domain would be hover.com. Seriously, both of those domains are available on Hover and professional.
All right, that was a good ad. It was like kind of an entire video ad though, but good stuff, buddy. I like this part at the end. I wish we had Eurovision, bro. Wait, is Eurovision only in Europe? Imagine. But yeah, okay. So I want to know, like, next video I need to do is reacting to the history of the American siren. What caused this? Is this like an imperial metric system kind of situation? Like, what's going on? Why do we always have to do something different, bro? Even if it's worse. Like, this is just frustrating me now. I need to know the answer. Why? Anyways, though, this was an interesting video. Learned something new about the siren the very distinct siren that has touched me ever since I've heard it. I'll never forget the sound of that siren. And every time I'm back in Europe, it's a warm welcome. I'm not saying I hate it. I know I say I focus on it every time I hear it, but I mean that in a good way. Like, it's just such an integral part of that European city life. You hear that siren like every 30 seconds, it feels like, which is a lot better than the waning siren that we have over here that doesn't even reach as many people. No wonder I was hearing the European sirens so much. They get to me. Their radius is way bigger. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button and hit subscribe. Thanks so much for watching again, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.